Welcome to the very first official Buncey Cast here on this channel, and if you're yet to watch the introduction cast, I really suggest you go and watch it, as you can find out what this cast is actually going to be about, when the cast will be uploaded, and how long they're going to be. In that cast at the end, I did say that this cast was going to be me talking about Fulham Football Club and why you should not be writing them off. However, I decided instead I would talk about Cardiff City, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Fulham Football Club, all in all, how they got promoted, who have they signed and how they're going to do. Now, to be honest, I'm not really sure that Cardiff City are showing that good intention in the Premier League so far, because their signings are actually Greg Cunningham from Preston North End on an undisclosed fee, Josh Murphy from Norwich City, which is also an undisclosed fee, Bobby Reid from Bristol City, and Alex Smithies. And all of these players are Championship players, like Preston North End, Norwich City, Bristol City, Queen's Park Rangers. They're Championship teams. The players are Championship quality. I really don't think they're going to work in the Premier League. I think Cardiff City, if they really want to stay up, definitely need some big name signings that they can afford to keep that Premier League status, because so far I don't think it's looking likely for them. Now, by no means do I think that Cardiff City don't already have some decent players in their squad. For example, Joe Bennett has just signed a contract extension with the club, great left back. However, I really do think they need to get those squad players in to secure their Premier League status, because there's definitely going to be teams that are better than them in the league, and I really do think that they're going to struggle. I'm going to move on to Wolverhampton Wanderers now, and what an amazing season they had. 99 points, and they really are showing great intentions so far. After absolutely cruising the Championship, they may have had some rough spells here and there, but all in all they really did cruise it. And so far they've confirmed the signings of Rui Patricio, a fantastic Portuguese goalkeeper, Diego Jota, Raul Jimenez, Leo Bonatini, Ruben Vinagre, João Moutinho, and most recently Johnny Castro Otto. And they really are showing their intentions for this league, and I really do think that Wolverhampton Wanderers are going to stay up perfectly fine. Looking at the Premier League table from last season, Swansea City, Southampton and Huddersfield all only just surviving in the Premier League, and that really does put into perspective how Cardiff City really do need to make some signings now that are going to benefit them, and how Wolverhampton Wanderers should be absolutely fine in the Premier League. Moving on to the team that I said I was going to discuss in the last podcast, that is Fulham Football Club, and we finished off the season with 88 points, narrowly missing out on that second place spot which Cardiff City took home, and so far we are showing massively great intentions in the transfer market. But before I talk about that, let's talk about Wembley, and it was not an easy ride by any means getting there. In the first leg of the semi-finals, we suffered a defeat 1-0 from a Cameron Jerome header, but then as soon as we were back at Craven Cottage, we absolutely outplayed Derby County. It was a massively great game of football to watch, and we ended up winning it 2-0 after a Ryan Sessegnon and Dennis O'Doy goal. And can we just put in this podcast, that Dennis O'Doy header, if you have not seen it, you need to see it. I mean, for a small defender like he is, that was an incredible header, and that is the header that took us to Wembley, where Tom Kearney was slotted through beautifully by Ryan Sessegnon, made it 1-0 to Fulham, which took us up to the Premier League where we belong and where we are going to stay. So far in the transfer market, Fulham have been showing fantastic intentions. The players that we've been linked with, I can't even believe it when I'm reading it. Going from who we've been linked with in previous years to this year, it's incredible. And so far, done deals include Jean-Michel Seri, Maxime Lemerchant, goalkeeper Fabry, and most recently, Andre Schürrle. And I definitely do not think we're done in the transfer market just yet. However, let's just talk about Andre Schürrle for a second. 2-year loan deal with the option to buy him at the end of it. As I'm recording this, that's what I'm hearing, and that is absolutely incredible to get a World Cup winning, Premier League winning player on a 2-year loan with the option to buy at the end of it. That is absolutely incredible. There's no hefty fee to pay out straight away, and yes, his wages may be quite expensive, but to get him without that hefty fee, that is absolutely fantastic for the club, and it shows our intentions how these sort of players want to come and play for our team, even ahead of other teams that are offering him a contract also. I definitely do not think Fulham are done yet in the transfer market. I think we still need a good 5 to 6 players, definitely need some more squad players, but I think for sure, positions we definitely need that centre-back to partner Tim Ream. Tim Ream is a very, very good centre-back, but he needs that partner to help him. We keep being linked with David Lopez, but I'm hearing that they want a massive fee for us to sign him. And at the end of the day, he is 28 years old. Are we going to pay the fee they want? I'm not too sure. Another deal that could happen is the double swoop of Lucas Piazon and Thomas Callas. I'm not sure how likely this is going to be, but I think that it could definitely be a good deal if we get it for the right price. I mean, Lucas Piazon is by no means a Premier League starter just yet. He definitely could be in the future, but right now I really do not think so. And even Thomas Callas, I think if we were to sign him, he probably wouldn't be a Premier League starting centre-back. However, these could be very, very good squad players, and if Andre Schürrle was to get injured, then I wouldn't be too disappointed to see Lucas Piazon stepping in and Thomas Callas also if a centre-back that we signed was to get injured. It will definitely be interesting to see where we play Maxime Le Merchant, as throughout pre-season he played at left-back and centre-back, and I'm not really sure which one is his preferred position, but I think that if we can secure that Matty target back at Craven Cottage, then maybe Maxime Le Merchant could be featuring at centre-back. Now on to the big boy, the striker position. We definitely need a striker. I'm not personally too confident with Rui Font going into the Premier League, and we've been linked with a couple strikers. Obviously, Willian Jose from Real Sociedad. I'm not sure how true that is, but if that was to come off, brilliant. But the main deal that Fulham fans would like to see is obvious: Aleksandar Mitrovic from Newcastle. And as I'm recording this, I am actually hearing that there is a 2 million dispute between Newcastle and Fulham. Apparently we're offering around 16 million, they want 18 million. I think that Fulham should just get the deal done. We have the money. Let's just secure Aleksandar Mitrovic back at Craven Cottage for the season. Very good striker. I think he works in our play style. With the players that we've signed, I would love to see him return, and I really do think just get that deal done, and then I feel like a lot of Fulham fans can relax going into this season. And now for the topic that I wanted to discuss, which was why you should not be writing Fulham off in the upcoming Premier League season. And that is purely because of the football that we play. Pass, pass, pass. That's how we play. We pass it all game, we run the opposition around the pitch, they get tired, we find an opening, and this play style really was proven at Wembley when we beat Aston Villa 1-0, when that Ryan Sessegnon pass was slotted through to Thomas Kearney, and what a great finish that was. It took Fulham up to the Premier League, and the Aston Villa defence clearly was tired at that point from all of the running around and all of the misshapening that Fulham were causing them. And this playstyle is amazing to watch. So that is the first reason why you should not be writing Fulham off. The second season is definitely the intentions that we are showing in the transfer market. Do you see clubs like Crystal Palace signing the players of calibre that Fulham have signed so far? Even Wolverhampton Wanderers have signed players of great calibre, like João Moutinho, for example. But Fulham Football Club, Jean-Michel Seri, what a signing. Andre Schürrle, what a signing. Aleksandar Mitrovic, that could be an amazing signing. And the transfer window is not over yet. I think that we're being linked with a lot of good players, and there's definitely a lot to look forward to in the upcoming season for Fulham Football Club. Now, if you're a fan of Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City or Chelsea, clubs of that calibre, should you be worried when you play Fulham? And I honestly think you should be, because I don't think it's going to be as easy a ride as a lot of you would think. Because when you play teams like Crystal Palace, I'm not picking on them, just a team that comes out, or Huddersfield, you really go into it expecting those 3 points. But I really do think with the style of football that we play, that we're going to be a very tough team to beat in games that you would think you would win easily. So yes, I definitely believe you should be worried. So at this moment in time, I really do believe that Fulham Football Club are going to be absolutely fine in the upcoming Premier League season. The players we're signing, absolutely incredible. The intentions we're showing, it's just amazing to see. And the owners of Fulham are definitely splashing the cash, which is great to see when there's clubs like Newcastle that are really going to struggle to get those players in. And then there's teams like Fulham just getting promoted that are splashing the cash. It is fantastic to see. I believe in Slavisa Jokanovic's football. I really do think that Fulham are going to be absolutely fine. Thank you for returning and listening to the very first official Buncey Cast on this channel. If you have any feedback or suggestions, you can comment them down below. Email me bunceycast@gmail.com or find me on Twitter @bunceycast, or you can just comment them down below. Like I said, all comments are appreciated, and until next time, thanks again and goodbye. Woo!